Good morning. Happy Monday? It's Monday, right? Maybe not always happy then, but Monday it is. You're ready for some more PoE grinding? I've been playing a little bit offline, optimizing my martial artist. Let's head into game. So I'm at level 92 now. He's almost ready. He's almost finished cooking. So I've made some updates to the build. I have switched Painter's Servant. I gave up on Painter's Servant, and instead I'm using a pair of Hate Forge. These particular pair were quite expensive, so that I could get this attack skills have added lightning damage roll, which requires the attack speed cultivation roll. So this pair of Hate Forge that rolled like this was like 50 divines, and I think now the cheapest ones that I can see are like 100. The -4 max rage translated into +1 max rage, and the 5 rage on hit translated into 7 rage on hit. So they're okay. They're pretty good. Again, much like Painter's Servant, Hate Forges don't translate all that well. There's no direct translation, right? A good max rage roll does not mean a good max rage Fists of Stone roll. I got myself a new ring because I needed intelligence, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then I've switched to Alpha's Howl with a +4 max rage idle soul core. And then I went for max rolls on spirit and cold res. So the reason I now want intelligent is because I'm running a blasphemy. We're running blasphemy temp chains because it's really good. I went and grabbed the Diala's Desire I had on my Tornado Gemling, and also I threw in Heightened Curse. I was running Trinity for a while, but my elemental damage is nowhere near balanced. So instead I'm running Elemental Conflux with Precision. I also picked up a Varana's Siege for Tempest Bell, so we get more area of effect when we're mapping and more damage when we're bossing. I'm also actually going to switch one of these out. I think I'm going to switch out Heavy Swing for an Overabundance. Because you cannot gain combo while you have your maximum number of bells out. An Ancestral Call put out 3 bells, and I want to be ready to place another 3 bells after that, and at the moment I'm not. So I'm going to give up some damage. Elemental, well, POB says it still adds a fair amount of damage. It still adds base damage, right? Because we're doing quite a lot of base physical damage with the duality staff. But yeah, I think it's the lowest of the damage modifiers. Good to see you, protagonist, anyway. So let's switch that, just for more convenience. You saw some Reddit posts talking about conversion going over it a long time ago. So does that mean POB is wrong? Good question. Yeah, I mean, it might be right. POB is not always right. What else? What else? I threw a Olrof's Conviction into Mantra of Destruction, so that it'll normally just covers a couple of Tempest Bell casts. Everything else is basically the same as we were running before. I've rejigged the passive tree a tiny bit so that I could come down here to get some more deflection protection. Also grabbed Falcon Dive and this intelligence node over here that gives more accuracy rating, evasion rating, and more intelligence. So it's feeling pretty good. It's close, right? It's not the tankiest, but it does good enough damage for 200% delirious. So we can run a 200% delirious map. I may die. Mostly I die to fucking summoning circles when they come out with really nasty essences. Most of my deaths have been to essence infused deadly map bosses from summoning circles. They are so terrifying, and you cannot turn it off, which feels to me there's some feedback, right? Where is it? It's like over here somewhere. Where is it? Is it over here somewhere? I saw it earlier. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Summoning circles have a 10% chance to be encrusted with essences, adding multiple essences to the boss. This should be optional. this node should be optional because I would turn it off immediately. It is so dangerous. Like, you get something like the Lightning Blackmore, whatever his name is, with the what's the warrior skill? The hammer of the gods, and the like Count Geonor icy physical beams, and like an ice essence or something is like, it's so difficult if you have any kind of scaling on the map. Like, it's just, it's not good. It's not good. So I don't think when we're testing these 200% delirious maps, it's unlikely I'm going to be opening summoning circles. I'm just going to say that right now. But let's grab a decent map. And we can run one of these. We can run this deserted. So I'm running Breach, Ritual, Ritual at the moment, just because they're the ones that I had experience rolls on. And we'll see how the build is performing. So you can see it's pretty good. I also tested today her declaration, the spirit support gem that intimidates enemies entering your presence. And I don't know if this is intended, but it doesn't work on enemies that spawn inside your presence. Only enemies that run into your presence from outside of it. So it sucks, because most enemies in this game appear to spawn inside your presence. Especially if you're using Alpha's Howl, right? Where our presence radius is doubled. So if we look at my radius here, right? It's most of the screen. So her declaration sucked. The ones I'd want to intimidate. Exactly, right? The ones that appear all of a sudden inside my presence. But you can see the build is handling 200% delirious okay. The guard effect from duality doesn't seem to be working either. I'm meant to get 842 guard for, what, 2 seconds? Doesn't seem to work. Not that I can see anyway. I don't know if anyone else has been testing duality and found whether or not the guard is working for them. Might need to generate it on the staff rather than spend it. It says per combo expended when using skills. So it should work, right? It should work. I was wondering if duality would be good with a werewolf setup. I think everything... Well, I don't know, actually. The problem I find with werewolf is that when you use things that aren't other werewolf skills, like it never... It just doesn't feel like it's meant to work at all, right? I had that thing when I was trying to do werewolf plus fragmentation rounds. Oh, for the final swipe stuff. But you can't use werewolf skills with it, right? How would you equip it and use the werewolf swipes? You need a talisman, right? Oh, the finality thing is a buff, right? Oh no! Oh, I just got the guard. I see the guard. Okay. Okay, I am getting the guard. Am I getting the finality buff? I don't see the finality buff. Dosh, how you doing, man? I'm doing good, I'm doing good. Oh, frozen. The martial artist is performing very well now. We have switched to Rage, Hateforge gloves, and Alpha's Howl. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine to have some like railroaded skills, protagonist. I think it's like it would be nice if everything was fully sandboxable, and maybe it will be over time. But yeah, I think it's also good to have. In fact, I would like them to have a few more classes that are much more friendlier to newer players. Right? They just kind of build themselves. I think it's good to have in the game. I think it would be good if there was an option though to be a bit more experimental with druid stuff. I agree. Like if there was a way that you could like with some finagling do those two things at the same time, like walking calamity and flame breath, etc. How you doing today, Dosh? You having a good day? It is not that hot today in the UK. But it will be tomorrow. Tomorrow, it looks like we're going to hit 38 degrees in the UK. I am not 100% whether I will want to stream in 38 degree because I'm not even sure my portable aircon will be able to handle it. And I don't want, I don't want you all to watch me melt into a tiny puddle. So we'll have to see. Play it by ear tomorrow, but it might be a bit hot even for my setup. It just feels acutely worse because you've only got like 4 archetypal skills per animal form. Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah. That's too hot. Jesus Christ, Godspeed. Yeah. Like, and British houses are not built for that weather, right? I live in a very old Victorian house. Excellent at retaining the heat in the higher floors. And my office is on the 2nd floor. So I might be hiding in our living room on the ground floor or even in the basement, which is like, should be a nice cool 16, 17 degrees. It's full of spiders, but I think I'm okay with sharing a space with spiders to cool down. Good to see you, Terrell and Kepler. How you guys doing today? You doing good? I finished reading One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest last night. I've been a bit slow, but oh my god, does that book build up to a like? What an ending. What an ending. I was mixed on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest because it's a very slow burner. So a really slow burn. The start is very slow. There's lots of like descriptions of life inside the asylum, which I didn't find that compelling, but Act 3, baby. Act 3 really pays off all of the foreshadowing he sets up. Like Yeah, highly recommend it. We have AC here where I live, so I'm not as scared of the heat, but I know how Europe can be. That sounds awful. I really want to start reading those classics. Yeah, dive in, man. I don't know what I'm going to read next. We can probably start rocking some ameliorations. Just finished Empire of the Vampire trilogy. Highly recommended. Empire of the Vampire. I've not heard of that. J. Christov. Oh, we're very well reviewed. Dark fantasy. Oh, I'll add it to my to-read list. Don't think I'll be able to finish it too thick. I don't believe you, Kepler. Always like some more fantasy to read. Thank you, Terrell. It's a play on your typical vampire story. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, nice. I picked up a very beautiful edition of Interview with the Vampire, which I haven't read since I was a kid. I'm looking forward to rereading that. So what do we think? Can we call this 200% delirious viable? Because if I can, I think this is actually a pretty cheap build. Because you don't have to use the Hateforge gloves that I bought. It's not even that much extra damage, to be honest. Mr. Furious, do I know anyone who's had their Delirium quest bricked and if they got it fixed? I'm sorry, I don't know that. How is your quest bricked? I don't know if anyone in chat has run into that issue. Unfortunately, unfortunately for me being able to help you, I got very lucky and ran into very few bugs when I was leveling up and finishing all my quests. Ethereal Omni. What's up, Book? What's up, Ethereal? I saw your comment on my tornado video. Glad to hear you're also enjoying some tornado builds. The text on the left is cutting off my HP values. Yeah, let me sort it out. There we go. Is that better? Is it not too hard to read now, is it? That build idea was sick. Mine was nearly as optimized and whatnot, but I took some ideas and going to use them with mine. Oh, glad to hear it, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed the tornado build. Unfortunately, it didn't seem anyone else did. The video has not done very well. Severely underperformed. Even my other build videos, but according to YouTube, my subscribers aren't watching it, and I wonder if it's most of my subscribers came through my video essays. Mr. Pigeons. How are you doing? How much prep to get 200% delirious? Are you talking about the build or to get it on your map? What do you mean by prep? Quest, investigate the Grand Mirror. The map I'm supposed to select to add influence and enter the area cluster with delirious maps. The map is not selectable. Email support and they can't help. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know some people had the when you're creating the fog, if it rolled onto like the entrance to the fortress, I know some people had some issues that I saw people posting on Reddit about, but I'm not sure if there was a fix. How do you prepare the map? So you need to just, when you're running, you need to be running delirious tablets with enough of the Atlas points that you have a chance to spawn a delirium mirror, which I believe is... Do you need Atlas points? I don't think you do, actually, do you? Yeah, I think just running delirium with like a tablet or something, you'll eventually spawn one of these, a grand mirror, somewhere near you on the Atlas. You run this, and if you kill the map boss, which is twinned, it'll ask you to place some fog, right? And so I did it over on this city. It'll start at like 10% delirious. Every time you kill a rare and a boss, it'll increase the deliriousness. After like 4 maps, maybe, it should be at 200%. That's all you need to do. And then the rest of the maps in the chain will be at 200%. So you can see all of these are 200. And if you complete your Atlas tree passives, then you'll be able to spawn even more delirious maps. The single target's actually pretty good on this build. Wait, am I only running a T14? What? I could swear I put a T15 in. Oh, I guess not. Level 79. Whoops. Alright, never mind. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Furious. I'm afraid I don't have an answer for you. I really need to sort out my stash. Just saw a goal by Messi to become the World Cup top scorer. I've heard Messi is a good player.
Who sent you? Yes. Goodbye.
All right. I don't know how I managed to pick up a T14 there. I know this is a T14. Totamo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, let's run a harder map, shall we? Run this penitentiary. And then we can maybe then I can also think about doing a proper farm in the city. I feel like I only need 1 more level so I can get a bit more deflection and I'll feel a bit more comfortable. Good afternoon, Mr. Quintus. How goes the martial arting? Ice shot. Yes, we are doing ice shot because it's the best bow skill. We're doing ice shot, tempest bell. When there's like some dense packs, it does a pretty good AoE actually. Pretty good clear. Ah, yes. Tornado. Covering the boss. Excellent. Build combo with any weapon plus bow seems quite nice. Yeah, it's really good. I was interested in this because of the bell. Are you using it to basically siphon buffs? No, I'm doing a hell of a lot of damage with the bell. Periphery is the interesting tech, I would say, because it gives us all 3 damage types and all 3, or all 5 or 4, all 4 elemental ailments: ignite, chill, freeze, and shock. I tried to do some armor break stuff, but it didn't quite work with the setup I was doing. It might work with Breachlord's Rift. But yeah, this is a very unique heavy setup. So we're using Hateforge as the gloves, Periphery as our main weapon, Duality as our second weapon. Yes, the bell gains damage from every element. We're using Coming Calamity. We're doing Alpha's Howl, Kadira's Gambit, Yoke of Suffering. The only rares we are using are our rings, belt, and boots. Everything else is a unique, which to me, it makes me very happy to honestly to be using so many uniques. I'm also using Hand of Chayula to apply Freezing Mark. But you can see I'm not still totally happy with the defensive side of the build. Things are constantly very precarious because of all the uniques. The defensive setup isn't great, to be honest. Damage is good. It's just, you know, there's a lot of jumping around. Well, we could use Calandra's Touch, yeah. Fit in an Ingenuity. That's actually a really good idea. That's actually a good idea. I'd be giving up a fair amount of life, though. Iosa, good to see you. An Ingenuity and a Calandra's Touch. I actually want different rings, though, because I don't want to mirror these rings, but I do... Yeah, the rings actually weren't too expensive. T1, T2, T4 was like 20 divines. This one is T2, T3, T4. It was like 5 div. Rings are pretty cheap because people are spending all of the big money on, you know, breach rings. So normal rings with triple attacks, much more accessible this league. The ceiling has brought the floor down. Oh, fuck. Probably shouldn't be maybe jumping into these packs as much. Why is this still spewing out chaos stuff? Where's the last mob? Can I have my researchers goodies, please? Bugged, perhaps? I mean, there might be one hiding underground somewhere, or like a skeleton that hasn't been resurrected, but yeah. Might just be bugged. Annoying. But yeah, I'd say all things considered, with what this build can do, I'd say it's pretty cheap. We could optimize it a bit more. I think the ingenuity idea is a good idea, actually. Hopefully, I mean, we'll have to see how much it fucks my defenses, but it shouldn't fuck them too much. For I assume quite a lot of a damage buff. Yeah, if only they'd released a new unique crossbow at the top end that wasn't grenade based, I'd probably be doing this build with that. I don't think double vision would cut it, even with the rune mastering buff. Plus, Kadiro's Gambit is just so much fun. I'm really enjoying Kadiro's Gambit. Still think the Last Lament nerf was a mistake. Yeah, I tried to use Last Lament and as like a normal crossbow. It did not go well. They need more crossbows. Drives me nuts. I almost explicitly use crossbows, but damn, man. And yeah, sorry, I missed your message earlier that people might just be expecting crossbow builds from me. That's also a good point. Video essays or crossbow builds, eh? And then I release a spellcaster and people are like, what the fuck, mate? What the fuck do you think you're doing? Get back in your box. If you're not run and gunning or spending weeks criticizing the game in a video essay, what are you even doing? Your pockets are full. Oh, a perfect Widow Hail. How much is that worth? 3C? That's not bad, I guess. Third of a divine. Yeah, he does like sinister versions of your voice. I assume it's like versions of your voice line. Your pockets are full. Bloody hell, 270% spell damage, and it's only T4s. Damn, staves are good now, eh? What can they roll? Like 400% spell damage? I just like interesting ideas, really. I always have my character count capped because I just mess around with interesting stuff, whether it works or not. I was working on a Bearsmith of Katava until it turned out Manifest Weapon is bugged and it won't attack anything. Yeah, Manifest Weapon is it's not in a good spot. I feel like this build would melt pinnacles. It just dealt with a 200% delirious tyranny pretty easily. We could go and deal with the Zest punching bag, see if we can get another Ulnatol's. I finally sold my Ulnatol's Embrace. $330 divines. Because it turns out I needed to buy a bunch of Hate Forges to test what the new rolls would be. So I needed a stock of divines quick. Plus I wanted to test her declaration and a bunch of stuff like that. So I just sold my Ulnatol's. I don't think I'm going to need it again before we switch to a different league. I probably need to cool it on the new builds and get my next video essay done. I've got 2 videos to release related to this build. One is a fast second character leveling setup. Run and gun leveling setup with a inventory full of uniques. Get a sub 4-hour campaign for those of you who want to play new builds but don't like rerunning the campaign. And then obviously I'll release the build video for this build, and then I need to do my website video essay plus website release, which is going to be a few weeks work. Didn't realize Ulnatol's were that rare. Yeah, they're super rare. Well, he can drop like what? How many different lineage gems? Too many. Four or five in that group, right? There's like Esh, Tool, Zoth, Ulnatol, Breachlord's Amalgam, Breachlord's Rift. Ecto Duffman, hope you enjoy the build. Should have assumed it's crazy rare. I mean, I found one on my first quest Zest kill, Gaia, so, you know, just get insanely lucky like me. I sold it immediately, and then I bought one again later. Just to store my divines, basically. What? How did I fire off a shot and then get tripped over? Hmm? That seems unfair. So you can see as when the packs get very tightly dense, the build really shines. The heralds just obliterate everything. Alright, so go and deal with the map boss. I could probably do with a bit more attack speed. Attack speed and defenses is basically all I'm looking for now. I'm sad to report my Cold Snipe Poison build remains unfinished due to neither an original sin nor Voltaxic Rift has dropped yet. Damn, yeah, those are very rare items, right? I don't know if I've ever dropped either of those. I think I've had a Voltaxic Rift. I don't think I've ever seen an original sin in the wild. You know, original sin in PoE 1 is worth multiple mirrors. Both T1, I've come to realize, yeah.
What is it? Who sent you? Take our gold.
All right, let's see how much a 30-30 ingenuity is. Is it really? Yeah. Original Sin in PoE 1 is like one of the rarest items in the game. We're blessed that we get it so easily on PoE 2, eh? Or maybe we don't, right? Maybe it's just not very popular. I guess it's not T0, eh? This is PoE 2. Yeah, this is PoE 2. Okay. Let's do 30. 30. I actually think this is going to be quite pricey, eh? 15 divines. We want 2 charm slots. Uh, 30-30, uncorrupted 30-30, 18 divines. Let's see if there's any overrolled stuff that's affordable. 34-30 for 28 divines. It's probably not worth it, eh? Twice as much. What does 4% really get me? $35.30 for 45 divines. $33.30 for 25. It's the rarest tier. It's called T1 and PoE2 for some reason. Oh, we don't have T0s? Right, I didn't know that. So it's on the same tier as Mage Blood and Headhunter. All right, let's see what the best one I can get for. I think I'm willing to pay 30 divines. Or I could just try and corrupt one myself. My pal has seen like 5 of them in Ritual so far, so it's not that rare. He's seen 5 T1s in Ritual. Is that all he does? Don't listen to him. Don't listen to his lies. Guy Pearce taught me that. Five original sins. Wow. Oh, I'm just going to buy a 30-30 that's uncorrupted. I think that'll be easier to move later on. Increased charges gained, reduced charges used, 30-30. That seems good. 14 and 1. 14 and 4. All right, we'll buy this one. Albatron, you can't drop original sin. You have to do a no-hit run. Ah, you're thinking of Temporalis. Albatron. Oh, original sin is a global drop in this game. It is indeed. All right, we have bought an ingenuity. Let's see if it messes me up too bad. So, what do we go down to? Let's see what it increases our DPS by. Oh, it's going to be hard because of elemental conflux. 46k, 50k. Yeah, that's pretty good. But I've lost fire res. But I've gained intelligence. Might need to buy a new ring. Triple Ellie, I think. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. But we can try Triple Ellie. Fire res. 25. I think I need the dex roll as well. And leech mana. And we'll do 20. 20. $130 divines. That's a bit much. Oh, we did fizz. $5C. Triple T2. Oh, those are gloves. Whoops. Let's try a ring. 270 divines. Okay. You're being silly. 40? What if I want a life instead? 100x. That seems like a good replacement for now, because I do want the life actually. T4, T4, T2 life, dexterity, fire res. Mana leech. Unfortunately, it's corrupted, but let's see if this fixes my problem for now. I can think about optimizing a bit more later.
Thanks for the chat.
There we go. We lost a bit of chaos res, but I'm okay with that. This should be an overall boost, eh? Also, now it should mean I can swap to a different rune in my helm slot. Can I? No, I can't. It takes me to 135 and I need 137. Oof. Oh boy, a reward of a very rare unique item. I can feel it. This is it. You can do it, Kepler. Fingers crossed it's not a mage blood, huh? Who needs a mage blood in SSF when you're looking for original sin? You don't want that. All right, let's do another T15 200% delirious. See how this goes with our new ingenuity setup. Oh, apparently my DPS has gone down. Oops. Maybe this isn't a good setup without spending an enormous amount on rings. I can do some proper playing around with it off stream. Rather than sitting here doing a bunch of maths for rings when we can be killing stuff. I guess I should probably put prolonged duration in Hand of Chayula for the mark. Maybe instead of Eternal Mark. So I can get a longer buff from the freezing mark. Because I keep forgetting to apply it, and it's a really big damage boost. So many like tiny little optimizations always in this game, huh? What did you Hand of Chayula, stupid monk? Did he attack one of the plants? By the way, what is the bear? I just remembered you're not a spirit walker. It's from a rite of passage. It's bear rite of passage. You think I'm going to be rolling around with a 1600 health without a rite of passage? No, 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 no. Yeah, I think the bear does a lot of work on making this feel tankier. I should probably be quite honest about that when I release the build. They've come down quite a bit in price, though. I think a bear rite of passage is like, what, 25 divines now? Unless there's been some inflation. Didn't even know those existed? Yeah, man. Bear is really good. It gives you 20% life, 60% stun threshold, stun build-up, and 20% reduced damage taken while it's up. And you get a cool pink bear. Yeah. Obviously, it's not up all of the time, but you can see my health goes up to 2,000 when it's up. Very thematic with the bow. Yeah. I'm having a lot of fun on this build. To be honest, every build I've played this patch has been a lot of fun. Though, by comparison, I do have to say my Pathfinder was the weakest build I have played. Maybe not for single target, but definitely for mapping. But hey, it was a league starter. I want to make a bear companion build. No monkey, just bears. You're having the most fun with your current build, Bear Titan. Nice. Yeah, I mean, Pathfinder got the job done, right? It was fun leveling up, but I think it had some high-end scaling issues. There's only so far you could scale it, especially with the crafting changes. Why is this invisible? Excuse me. Probably helps it's actually good compared to Molten Blast Tactician. I thought Tactician everything was good. Pin to win, baby. I think I'm going to league start Tactician in hardcore. Tactician something, or mercenary something, right? Whether it ends up being a tactician, or a gemling, or a witch hunter, right? I think mercenary, like, was already close to being the best base class, and now I think it just is. Mercenary, you could roll a mercenary and do anything you want in the game. Merc is just solid all round, right? The gemling change, like, I know I had my reservations about how good alternate quality was going to be, but it turns out fucking awesome. Do I think Riven's going to get nerfed? No, I don't think they mind really good single target damage. I think Riven is safe. If they give Molten Blast a payoff with Ancestral Call, that would help the skill so much. Only Mace skill that gets no benefit from it. Oh, okay. Because it's projectile. There's some new projectile lineage gem. Melee projectile thing. Or, oh no, maybe it was, no, I'm thinking of the Martial Artist Fists of Stone stuff. Never mind. There's some cool stuff you could do with Molten Blast on Martial Artist. With projectile gloves. Actually disagree. I think a lot of the additional quality is kind of mid. That's not to say some are bonkers though, but it's a lot like extra proj by one, and it's like really. I mean, I know that some of it is underwhelming in terms of like comparing it to like Arc or, you know, or some of the other like more powerful versions. Yes, but layered up, it really adds up to make like really solid builds. So I'm thinking about doing like galvanic shards on Gemling, because I think even though it's very uninteresting, it gets additional bolts loaded with additional quality. But I think that changes, that's so powerful on galvanic shards. Not having to slot in Ratha's Assault and getting, what, 5 bolts loaded? That's really strong. And then you layer that up with like Herald of Thunder giving you increased lightning damage. So I think the power of Gemling sometimes is very flashy and sometimes is just solid, just really solid power. I get that it's not very exciting though. I understand that sentiment. Lucas Fontana, good to see you. Very true. Just go around, shock and electrocute Herald. Yeah. So I mean, that's what I mean, right? Like, you can do anything you want to do on Gemling because it will just give you a bunch of solid additional power. Faster curse activation is like, it's pretty good if you're self-casting curses. The blasphemy, curse magnitude stuff is really strong. The glory stuff is really good as well. And then if anything that's like, you know, less inspiring on Gemling, you can just run it on Witch Hunter or Tactician, and then you end up with like a really strong range build or melee. Banner stuff on Tactician as melee. I agree, it's never a bad option. I was just hoping the additional quality would be more interesting as opposed to +1 project cooldown. Yeah, I get what you mean. All of the mercenary ascendancy options are just like solid power, right? There's not really anything that's, apart from maybe suppressing fire, there's not really anything that's build defining in the way of like martial artist or spirit walker or infernalist. Yeah, I see what you mean, right? None of the additional quality effects like really change the way the skill functions. They just overcome some of the jank of the skill that already exists.
Yes. Take our gold.
Like if some of the alternative quality was like, you know, changes the damage type or something like that. Merc needs Way of the Crossbow. Ah, well, I would like one-handed crossbows, right? Mini crossbows. Where are my mini crossbows at? Just like in the picture. Give me a little repeater, right? Let me use like a melee in one hand and like a mini crossbow in the other. How cool would that be? Poor Chrono. I feel like pre-launch there was more hype for her, but Gemling has really stolen the show. Yeah. Ah, Divine. It's about time for my Divine. Preach, brother. Please God, a one-hander. I've been saying this in 0.1. Yeah, man. Of course, right? Witch hunters need one-handed crossbows. You want to be doing like hybrid melee ranged? Come on, man. Why do spears get to have all the fun with hybrid melee ranged? Give me a sword and a one-handed crossbow. We might get it, right? When Duelist comes out, we might get something like that. Belly of the Beast. God, brings back memories. One-handed crossbow and a foci to make a summoner build. Yeah, or a scepter, right? One-handed crossbow and a scepter. That would probably be a bit too powerful, actually, thinking about it. Imagine like one-handed crossbow and palm of the dreamer. Give me a sword at all. Really want axes? Yeah, I'm looking forward to swords and axes as well. I'm looking forward to all the new weapons, actually. I've been having a lot of fun branching out from crossbows. It's fun to learn new things. All the auras you can get on the Merc would go crazy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing... Yeah, especially with the weapon set swap point stuff, right? But I guess, yeah, maybe they don't want you mixing weapons in the same weapon set. Thinking about it, right? I don't know if that's going to be compatible with their philosophy. All right, should we do some city stuff? Oh no, I'm gonna hit 93 first. What are we? 92. Yeah, let me hit 93 first. Maybe one-handed crossbow, but you can only use a clip-off hand or bucklers with cool effects. Right, yeah. Limit it to not other attacking weapons. Just let you use a focus or a shield. This is the first time since the game dropped that I've branched out from crossbows, really. Just kind of nothing new for that set. Yeah. I am going to do some more crossbow stuff this league. Siege Cascade Abyssal Lich is on the list. I want to... Probably when I do Timmy League, I'm going to be doing Stormblast Bolts all the way through endgame. I've only done it for leveling so far. I have this like sneaking suspicion that the Coming Calamity enemies in your presence have no resistances doesn't work against all enemies. I just have this kind of feeling. Like when I run into a cold enchanted elite, my DPS goes down. Why does my DPS go down when they should have 0 resistances? You heard Abyssal Lich is good for projectile skills, but you don't know why. Okay, so the way Abyssal Lich is good for projectile skills is one of the buffs. I believe it's the archers. So, you know the Abyssal Lich gives you a player buff instead of summoning a minion? Well, one of the alternative buffs is Skeletal Archers, which is projectile speed. And so you can get like the equivalent of like 14 Skeletal Archers worth of buffs, which is like 500% projectile speed, increased, more importantly. And then you can slot in projectile acceleration 3. So you get 500% increased projectile damage. And the speed. Holy indeed, yeah. Scales crazy high. That's why it's so good for twisters. Not only do you get the speed so your twisters cover more area, but they get insane damage boosts. Yo, I just tuned in at the end of that. Is that martial artist? Is this martial artist? This is my martial artist. I was talking about Abyssal Leech and why it's good for projectile skills. It's because it can give them like 500% increased projectile damage. Through proj speed. So you can imagine on Siege Cascade with 500% like proj speed plus projectile damage, and then we can now do split personality. So we can split personality from the witch starting point down into the merc area so that we can get much easier access to pin. Because on Siege Cascade, we don't need to be tactician, right? We just need to be able to pin. And all of the good pin nodes are down south. So we can split personality, mercenary, or I imagine it's called split personality duelist. We can stack all of our projectile speed up, and then we can take all of the projectile nodes at the bottom and reload speed. Can you imagine a split personality leech with Siege Cascade? It's going to be a fucking lit. To be honest, I probably need to do that on this on standard league, because I'm gonna have to buy a bunch of gear. Maybe we'll do that next. Half tempted to make an Abyssal Lich Captain America build with the new breach shield. I guess that'll like fly through maps, eh, with the proj speed. Oh, I forgot to grab a prolonged duration. Better go get it now. I'm just going to keep forgetting if I try and wait until I go back to empty my bags. Yeah, I've tried it on the MA with just Project Acceleration 3 and it zooms. Nice, man. Yeah, do it. Man, if you posted a video of you flying through maps with the Captain America shield with like 500% proj speed. Oh boy. Bloody hell. Max rolled, surpassing chance to fire an extra arrow. Triple T1, not T1, but triple damage. It's a shame it's on a stun base. It's only worth like 10x. Bloody hell.
What is it? Acceptable. Fine, fine.
I came back to get a prolonged duration gem and I completely forgot. God, it's like when I need to do a chore in my house. Once I get to the next room, I've completely forgotten why I've gone in there. Just drop Eternal Mark. Don't need Eternal Mark. There we go. We get 14 seconds on the buff now. I think that's how dogs live their lives. Yeah, man. Be more dog. That's my philosophy in life. The thing I love most about dogs is they can be like really upset about something and then 5 seconds later, they're completely fine. They're like, oh, that was a minute ago. That's not an issue anymore. Don't need to worry about that. It's like, but dude, you were just losing your shit. Oh no, we don't need to worry about that anymore. I think I smell a treat. Cats, on the other hand, cats remember. We've got a bunch of feral cats that come to our garden, and I feed them because they're not really getting fed very much. I think they've been abandoned, so we need to get them caught and neutered, actually. The guy who was, like, raising them was evicted, and now I think he's just abandoned his, like, 6 cats that he wasn't really looking after in the first place. And one of them, she's very sweet, and she's always waiting at the back door for me to give her some fish, but she does not like being touched. And I made the mistake of, you know, thinking, well, she's happily munching away on this food. She seems to trust me. I'll have another go at giving her a little pet. And she did not like it. And then a few minutes later, she's like, I remember what you tried to do, but I was finishing my food, and she came over and gave me a warning bop. So cats remember. Cats remember. Dogs don't, cats do. But who's happier, you know? I think we know the answer to that. Dogs certainly do remember. You've been traumatizing your dog's protagonist? What good parent doesn't? I know. Accidentally, at least. Oops. Alright, that was my fault. Pretty sure I stood in both the stampede and her big spear slam thing. Got absolutely blatted. Rip. Yo, watch out, there's a... yeah. Oh, we still got a Sinistral Erasure, though. Let's reserve that while we can. Not that that's really worth anything. It's definitely not worth 20,000 tribute compared to Whittlings. Believe you me, if your dog ever finds a half-eaten sandwich on part of your walk, they will remember that spot whenever they go out again. Ah, yes, the food memory. Man, when I had my golden retriever, like, golden retrievers are obviously incredibly food-driven. Like, it's not even funny how food-driven they are. He would manipulate me. You know, he would stand by the treat tin very patiently, looking at me, wagging his tail, until I gave in, and I always gave in. But there was one time... I'd been training him, and he'd been getting better at listening to instructions. It was when he was still quite young. And we were walking through the heath, and there was a half-eaten sandwich on the floor. And he, like, looked at it, and I'm like, nah, man, you gotta leave that. You know what bread does to you, and I'm the one that has to clean up what bread does to him. And he's like, okay, I'll leave it. And I was like, oh, yeah, good boy. I gave him a treat. And then we get another maybe 20 feet. And he looks back longingly at the sandwich, and he sees another dog eating it. And that was it. He was like, how fucking dare you tell me I can't have that sandwich, but then you let him have it? And he just, off he went, stole the sandwich from the smaller dog, and then ran off and would not give it back. Ate the whole thing and then shat everywhere. Fucking dog. Tried getting my 4th ascendancy points, got to room 9 out of 10 on ultimatums, and got stuck on the lift. Oh no. Can you exit out and go back in? The half-eaten sandwich thing I was talking about was just a metaphor. Well, I've lived that metaphor, my friend. I've lived it. Logged out and back in and it reset the whole thing. Oh, damn. Sorry, man. Trial of Chaos doesn't work. Yeah, and Eosa hates Trial of Sekima's. Might be worth sucking it up, though. Just for a Trial of Sekima's run. But at least you didn't lose your Trial Master entry, right? You just have to run it again. Wow, these are tough rares, eh? Oof, that was close. Jesus Christ. Something's regenerating their life. I think one of them had regen. Or like heals allies. There we go. We can get some more deflect protection. So I'm at 51% evasion and 43% chance to deflect. We are blinding fairly easily, so it's probably more like 55, 48 or something, maybe. You did Sekima's, got to the 4th section and died. It was too late and lost focus. Yeah, the traps in the 4th section can be killers. Also, some of the enemies, they do way too much damage. Like the casters in the 4th section of Sekima's, the little bolt that they throw out does, I think, way too much damage. Considering how hard it is to avoid, they can like off-screen you with it. What got you, Eosa? It was the little caster things? Yeah, I thought so. Very overtuned. This Idol of the Farisi, I don't know how good this is. It feels like it might be good on a mana stacker, but maybe not. Nightcrawler, welcome to the stream. That bolt is crazy, fast, small projectile with practically no startup frames that do crazy damage. Yeah, man. Right? Feel the pain. Zarak was no match for the real Chrono. He did almost wipe me with that lightning sweep thing, though. Yeah. Sekima's with a bit of evasion is a joke. Like, if you go in with a decent amount of evasion and then find one of the, like, global buffs to defenses, so strong. But I think for anything non-evasion, it can be very annoying. Though I'm pretty sure those like bolts that get fired from the little casters also have a higher hit chance. All right, let's do... Should we do a Rite of the Nameless, maybe? I'm feeling cocky. We could try and do a Rite of the Nameless in the city. Where are my things? Should probably be carrying around an audience as well. Yeah, we've got some audiences that we can access. Actually, do I have a good spot for Rite of the Nameless? Like, hopefully this city? We just go through here. Not all of it is going to be in Delirium Fog, though. If I connect a second area of fog, will it continue the 200% delirious? If I do another Grand Mirror? Getting lucky with the mods is a blessing in the trials? Yeah, absolutely right. I found that one buff for the first time I see it that gives you the first attack that hits you gets nullified, and it seems to stack with each floor that you don't get hit. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Sekimas throws so many bullshit ultimatums. I had to pick from Gain Affliction when you venerate a shrine and you are not always taken to the room you choose. Had to not take an honor shrine from floors 2 to 4. Yeah. Biggest bullshit are the pledges. I just never take them. Some of them are really good. The take physical damage on room completion is basically free, even if you don't have that much evasion. All right, let's just see if I can... All right. It's only a divine. Let's see what we can do. You've been doing some King of the Mists? Oh no! There's no Rite of the Nameless starting points. Hmm. What could we do? What could we do? I guess I could set up a Rite of the Nameless and then do a Deli Mirror. We could do it over in this city. Re-rolling costs less tribute though this way. Alright, let's see if we can go here. Increased tribute though. Is this still bugged where instead of increasing the tribute you get, it increases the cost of tributes? I guess I'll test it. Alright. Alright, and then I'll run a Grand Mirror. Let's run this pit. It's still a thing, Daximus? Oh, shit. Alright, well. At least we've got the cheap rerolls. Let's grab a map. Run this Grand Mirror. And then we need to buy some tablettes. So relaxing to not be in 200% delirious, eh? How does non-fog map delirium work? I haven't touched the quest yet, but when it shows up randomly, is the boss at 100%? Yeah, I think it scales up to 100. There's the green, I think it's the green shards make it harder. These green ones, I think they increase the delirious scaling. I don't know if there's some way you can see what your deliriousness is at. I can't see a quick way to see it on my screen. Also, they really need to sort out the controller UI. So much of the controller UI gets covered up by the bars. Like the delirium bar covers up my buffs. There's another thing that appears that covers up my buffs. Oh shit, 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 shit. That was close. The timers. Hey Rainzik. Good to see you. How you doing? The timers for things cover debuffs for me as well. I don't think delirium is really well explained in the game, like how everything works. Yeah, it's very poorly explained. And just poorly implemented, to be honest. I don't think the fog mechanic is in a good place for the normal mirrors. Oh, this build is like so much more fun to play when everything isn't so threatening. Oh, this is quite a dangerous double boss, eh? At least he's actually hitting the buffers this time. My divine. All right, let's see where we can place this fog. Do I want to place the fog on the right of the nameless, or do I just want it on a city? I think I just throw it on this city, eh? Just thought that as well. Not a boss I'd want to fight two of. Yeah, he's a bit scary. Too many mechanics to dodge for there to be two of them. Don't normally even do delirium, but my current character is actually kind of strong, so I've been doing it and I wondered what the scaling was. Right, yeah. I don't know if there's an easy way to see what your current deliriousness is. There used to be. I thought it was meant to show up as like a debuff or something, but apparently not. It's done the thing where the delirium has ended, but it's not giving me my splinters. Oh no, it's still spawning actually. Oh, I just get delirium for the rest of the map now? How did I do that? I don't know how I did this. Look, I've got no delirium bar, but I'm still getting all the delirium spawns. Do you just stay in the boss arena until it runs out? Is that all you have to do? Oh no, there we go. Now it's counting down. That was weird. Oh, it was just hiding the bar. All right. Never mind. It was just a visual bug. Think about. Man, I used to listen to so much MGMT while reading Murakami. And now whenever I listen to MGMT... Oh no, this is Empire of the Sun, but I listen to Empire of the Sun as well. I get confused between those two groups. And I just kind of get transported back into Murakami's worlds every time, like, either of these two bands come on. Have I seen any purple mirror enemies not be normal rarity still? All of mine are, but they said they fixed the bug with them not being rare or magic. No, they've all been normal for me. But they have dropped good items, even though they're showing up as normal. Oh, almost missed a palm of the heart. Think about it, gonna leave me now? Are you gonna leave me now? That's nice. There's like 8 divs out of my ritual window. How do you get the ancient liquid emotions? It's Atlas passive. However, you should bear in mind that they are worth less. There you go. It's I know your childhood fears. But they're worth less than normal emotions. Unless you get, what is it, ferocity? But I don't even know if that's ancient. No. Yeah, so I wouldn't take the node, actually. I mean, actually, emotions just generally aren't worth very much. But, oh, you're SSF though, right? So you want them. But you'll get less isolations and sufferings overall. You need one for a sick time lost jewel you rolled? Yeah, you'll need to finish your quest line then. Actually, oh no, wait. I was going to say, how did a delirium mirror spawn in this map? But it's because it's a grand mirror map. Because I'm using, I'm not using any irradiator tablets. Alright, let's do this right at the Nameless then. I need to go and buy Freedom of Faith, I think. Market panel. I was looking for trade. Freedom of Faith. How much are they? 40x. Okay, we'll get 2. Alright, so we got 2 of those. Actually, I got some here. Whoops. Didn't need those. Here's some I made earlier. Effectiveness. Deferring cost reduced tribute. Increased, re-rolling cost less. Increased tribute, re-rolling cost less. I guess I'll do this.
Speak.
I love me some Rite of the Nameless. And I think I might run my T16s just because. Because why not?
Yes, if you must.
Okay, so we're going to start. Can we start from where I want? I think I can. There we go. So we'll start at the sandspit. That's not the proliferation that I rolled. That's not what I rolled. And I've got the proof. I rolled increased tribute. Huh. Alright, well. Let's see how this goes. Just got really freaked out by a bush in my garden, was rustling like crazy, and a little Sonic the Hedgehog strode out. That is adorable. You're so lucky you got to see a hedgehog. You are blessed. They don't show themselves to us very often, eh? They're very timid. Let's go. It's just that they're so fast. What was he doing there? Maybe he lives there. Yeah, maybe he lives there. They're only fast when you don't look at them, though. If you look at them, they're like the weeping angels from Doctor Who. Are you outside, or did it appear next to your window? What are you doing next to a bush, Phantom Crash? Hmm? Peeping. Oh, I do love a good peep. I was outside for a sec. Ah, yes, likely story. Just popped out into the bush, did you? What are you hutting, protagonist? Ah, smoko. Having a little smoko. Oh, yeah. Smoko and a coffee? Money, money, money. Come on then, Mr. Shark. Of course you go immediately underground. Asshole. Yeah, how you like them apples? T16 powerful mass boss down super fast. Hell yeah, indeed. Wow, some real classics coming on the playlist today, eh? Where's the shark? Why is the shark going underground in the ritual? Not acceptable. If he does that when there's like other bosses around. Oh, I guess I can only spawn one at a time. It doesn't even spawn other enemies. I think they should add an option for us to be able to spawn like, all the bosses at once if we want to. I don't know if I do want to, but I'd like to find out. Oh, I need to switch my ritual passive around. Oh, fuck. I'm frozen. Am I? Or stunned or something? I don't know what happened there. Don't know how I survived that. I think I just deep-throated 4 balls. Straight down my gullet. Didn't even touch the sides. Clip what? I don't know what you're talking about. Bone Colossus? That's what they call me down at the docks. What's going on? Why is my health going down? Thank God I had ward. Whatever it was that was draining my health could not affect ward. That was interesting. When my health stopped going down, my ward didn't go down, right? Problem is annoying piranha bleed pools. I guess they can't damage ward. Tekkas. Ward is immune to bleed, maybe? He leaves so many degens and dots. Yeah, this is going to be a fun ride at the Nameless, eh? Maybe it's a good thing we're not 200% delirious. Saying you were meant for me. We can leave. Did you leave me? I go. Saying you were meant for me. To me, I know. To you, to us, to me, I know. I do love a sad ballad. Surely death is just a metaphor. We did, but never why, 'cause I don't know. Waiting to explode. I'll be fine and you'll be broken. Should've listened to my soul. What utter shite. Can't even spend it. When I'm gone, gravity, burn away, remember me. Hydrate, everyone. It is not the weather to be dehydrated. To us, to me, I know. All this pointless misery. You're not actually dead, it's just a metaphor. All right, let's run. I need to change my Atlas passive. Don't forget, change Atlas passive. We want more tribute, not more favors. Even though it makes the monsters harder, but we don't care about that, right? Because it's not like we have a difficult boss. Hot for you still? Very gloomy, 16 degrees where I am at today. Yes, Gaius. Today was 29, tomorrow 38. So I said earlier, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow because it is going to be so incredibly hot that I don't know if my aircon will be able to handle it. Yeah, I managed to get a run in today, though unfortunately, because of a bunch of timing issues, I had to go for a run at 3 p.m., which was the hottest point of the day. So I went out running in 29-degree blazing sunshine. But it went okay considering. I did have to sit on a towel for a couple of hours when I got back because I was a little bit sweaty. That's rough. Normally a lunch break runner, but I swapped to mornings in the summer. I can't handle the heat. Yeah, I should have gone in the morning, but we had a bunch of deliveries and stuff that I need to be home for. It's my own fault. I don't really like exercising in the morning. But like you say, right, when it's this hot, you kind of have to. We're also only a month or less than a month away from festival season. So sugar has been banned in our house so that we can get festival ready, baby. Can't be walking around festivals half naked with a little tubby little belly, eh? I can't anyway. I have to at least be able to pretend that everybody wants me. Little glimpse into my narcissism there. Man, I'm so excited for the festivals this summer, though. It's gonna be sick! I remember having no problem with it running over the summers as a kid in high school, but then I turned 30 and running the heat has me on the verge of a stroke. Yeah, I did, like, I've only just got back into running because I had a bunch of health issues, but my cardio is not, it's getting back there, but yeah, I did not feel good once I got back. I felt okay during the run, but when I sat down, I felt I couldn't get up for a while. Man, I remember I was traveling around Vietnam and I finished the holiday on this little island in the south of Vietnam. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm having, you know, I was being really healthy at the time and I wasn't drinking. And I was exercising a lot more. And I was like, I'm going to go for a run. And I went for a run in the middle of the day in southern Vietnam, like on the tropical islands. My heart rate hit something like 212. I thought I was actually going to die. I got back to the hotel and I just walked immediately into the swimming pool, completely forgetting I was still wearing my headphones. Ruined my headphones, but it was worth it. I've mostly been gym for many years, but I got back into tennis and realized how bad my cardio is. I've been picking and running back up. Yeah, I just really want to run a marathon. So I'm also mostly a weightlifter slash rock climber for most of my life, but yeah, I would love to be able to run a marathon. I keep applying to London Marathon, but the chances of getting in are so slim. They are extending it over 2 days next year, but also 1.3 million people applied to the London Marathon. 1.3 million. And there's what, 80,000 places? Now that it's 2 days. Before that, it was only 40,000 places, I think. I've been climbing the last few months. Very cool. Yeah, man. Climbing is one of the best hobbies. It's great to do with friends. It's like great to just turn up to a climbing center, like a bouldering gym on your own, and you'll make friends. It's such a great, like, it's such a great nerd sport as well. You know, you get to be like, oh, I just really like it for the puzzles. You know, every climbing problem is like a puzzle I solve on the wall with my body. Anyone said that to you yet, Phantom? Someone will eventually. The PoE of real life. Yeah, fill out your spreadsheet, complete the climb. Nowhere that close to me, sadly, but I'm always on the lookout for one. For a marathon, Gaius? Or a climbing gym? Very time consuming. Half marathon is better since it doesn't need much training. Yes, TJ, but you know, I don't do things by halves. But to be honest, the furthest I've run is 10k, and then my knees were so injured that I had to stop running for a year. So we'll see how it goes. At the moment, I'm training in barefoot shoes. Oh, a climbing gym, right. But yeah, I'm trying out running in barefoot shoes to see if that helps my knee issues. That's the real problem with getting old, you know? Your joints. Most people don't know how to run. I know, I keep just like smearing my face across the floor, like pushing with my toes, is that right? It hurts, but, you know, eventually I finish. Barefoot shoes are interesting, they change your running style. I mean, I've been wearing them for a long time anyway, because I did find that they helped my knees. What do I mean, smear your face across the floor? Well, when I go for a run, protagonist, what I do is I lay down on the floor with my face, and then I push with my feet as hard as I can. Is that not how to run? Yeah, I'm enjoying the barefoot running. Means I don't heel strike as much. Wasn't being facetious. Most people actually don't know proper running mechanics because of over-reliance on their shoe soles. Oh, right, yeah. I mean, you can heel strike, right? If you do it properly. It's more about where your foot lands under your body. I prefer WASD for running. Allegedly, you need to dodge roll before you can run, though. Imagine a bunch of people who have only played PoE want to go for a run. You see them, like, leave their house, do a forward roll, and then start sprinting down the street. And then they touch a stick and go flying and lay down for a minute. Vision gameplay. Trip over because a fly hit them? Yeah, exactly, right. Or a butterfly. Oh, wow. Queen of Filth and Shark as the bosses for Ritual. Jesus Christ. This is going to be fun, isn't it? I think they do go down in health though, eh? As you go through the Rite of the Nameless. Hopefully, anyway. They don't have DR like proper bosses. Is that what it is? Is that why it feels like they get easier? Man, when you actually drop down 3 bells, oh my god. One ritual remaining. Is it near the start? Aha! Bells go brrr. Bells go dong, and we love dong here. Bongs for the dongs. Alright, let's see what we get. Is this Nascent Hope worth anything? 10x. I don't know why I picked them up, because I never bother selling them. Barnabas. Face breakers? This is the first time I've seen a pair of face breakers. Oh, we gotta pick them up, eh? Could I just buy them? Oh no, they're quite expensive. There we go. Oh yeah, I've got a new sound alert for you. Oh. Thanks, protagonist. That's pretty good. Should I submit it to Exiled again?
Yes.
Oh, we got a Yoke of Suffering as well. Oh. Anyone have some inspiration for a fun build? Just finished the 400% Cold Threshold Machine Gun Witch Hunter. Absolutely wreck shot, but I need to try something new now. Are you playing in trade, TJ? I assume you're playing in trade. Are you looking for some inspiration to make your own build or something to follow along with? Never done anything but trade, kind of like it. Yeah, fair enough, man. It opens up many possibilities.
Who sent you? The deal is made.
Either. Well, I mean, we were talking earlier about the possibilities with projectile speed on Abyssal Leech. If you're looking for a new weapon, then this bow build on Martial Artist is a lot of fun, as you can see. Anything gemling. Like, if you don't want to level a new character, you could try out gemling. Mana stacking gemling. Like, gemling arc looks really fun. I'm planning on trying out gemling arc at some point. Non-monkey spirit walker stuff is a possibility as well, right? You can get some like extra proj, I think, from the owl. Gemling arc, I'll sneak a peek at that. Yeah, I mean, I think it's there's a few people playing it, so you'll be able to get some inspo from PoE Ninja. I know some people are doing like Spark, Cast on Crit, Gemling Arc. So the arcs are getting cast automatically and it's just obliterating the screen. But you don't have to do that. I think you can just self-cast Arc with a bunch of quality stacking. RF Blades Tactician, yeah, Eosa's RF Blades Tactician build. Oh, it is a precious. Blaze Tactician. No, it's Runeforge Blades Tactician. It's the build that Eosa came up with, where he's consuming armor break with explosive shot to do rings of runeforged blades. Well, at one point he was. I don't know if he's changed his what he was doing. He's in the Twitch chat. He's also posted about it in the Discord, if you're in the Discord. Bong. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Still using explosive shot, although protagonist's idea with the kinetic bound barrier sounded cool to try. Ooh, a rare unique item. I wonder what it's gonna be. Maybe an original sin? Or a Voltaxic Rift? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Voltaic Barrier just kind of does everything, eh? Seems a bit OP to me. Oh, the unique was so rare, it doesn't even show up on my filter. I guess my filter doesn't even know what it is. What is it? Mask of the Stitched Demon.
Ancient power. I will not bow.
Yeah, I mean, Voltaic Barrier as an alternative to Riven sounds really interesting as well with fragmentation rounds. You could do like Voltaic Barrier, fragmentation rounds, gemling. Get like 18 fragments. Uniques feel super devalued. Yeah, I mean, they're just so easy to get, right? And everybody wants a mage blood and a headhunter. I was just so surprised when I saw how much mage bloods went up in value. Like more and more and more were being added to the market, but the demand was so high that it didn't seem like it didn't make a difference in the value. Oh shit! Ah, runic ward, save me! Oh, I think Spirit of the Bear and Runic Ward saved me there. We got our Orb Divino. You can throw down the barrier and DPS with HVR as well, or you just throw down the barrier and do like multi-shot. Multi-shot HVR. Does it add that much damage? That's disgusting. Does it scale with your ward? The barrier will constantly break armor. Right, okay, so you just mean for applying armor break. It feels like there's some interesting mechanic with ward, right, where there is like a... There seems to be something where when your health disappears, it doesn't always immediately eat into your ward. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining things. I don't know. But like when my health just disappeared there, my ward didn't move, right? Maybe I'm just imagining it, but and I'm too lazy to go and check my own footage. Welcome to my swamp. Why not take a little dip? Your body shall not go to waste. Oh shit, I hope I don't die because I forgot to check my rewards. Sometimes it feels like the ward gets you an extra hit after you've been one shot, right? That's kind of the feeling I was getting. I mean, I've definitely been one shot through ward. So it's not always one-shot protection. I mean, we saw what happened with the Queen in the Mist, eh? Oh, fuck. He should not do his, like, underground thing in Ritual. It's ridiculous. Anything else interesting here? Nope, 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 nope. Chopper chabba. I'll chop your chabba. Ice Tomb. I'm not actually sure my build adds that much on top of just using explosive shot with armor explosion, but it's fun. Sometimes that's all you need. Exactly, right? You're in the right place, Theo. So this is a safe space for people who just want fun things to happen. We don't need to be optimized. Make it rain. That's all you need to do. Wow, it's getting quite warm in here. There's one boss that spawns loads of ads right on top of him. I broke all of their armor and it chunked about 30% of his HP with the blaze. That was satisfying. Oh, was that the swamp boss? Like the big druid thing? With like the green balls.
Hello. The deal is made. Fine, fine.
Yeah, that was it. And the snake lady. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I do love a boss with tons of ads, right? Especially with the kind of builds that I play as well. With lots of explosions overlapping. Was sad they disabled Breach Portal in PoE 1. Wanted to have him in PoE 2 as well. That's the one that like spawns a bunch of enemies for you, right? Some builds need a bunch of ads to damage bosses, yeah. That was a really cool little quirky little mechanic, eh? And Essence Worm just doesn't do it, right? Or the jar of worms, whatever it is. The flask. Bum 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 bum. Did one league with self-reflected ignite on Flicker Strike and couldn't do a single target DPS. Yeah, I tried using the worms on my Absolution build, or I say my Absolution build, on Roneray's Absolution build, and like it was so unreliable for me to be able to hit them, like where they wouldn't just die to my minions, or like my just random damage that was going around. I needed to hit them with a specific skill, and there was just too much other things going on the screen. Is there a way to force Aminamu on helmet craft? Looking at Angie, and it says weapon jewelry only. You are correct. It's only weapons and jewelry you can force Aminamu, or you can only force the desecrated crafts on weapons and jewelry. Unfortunately, TJ. Bong. So yeah, there's no way to force it, unfortunately. You just gotta get lucky. Ooh, rare unique item. Whatever will it be? Ooh, it's a... Oh, no, those are just normal tablets. Debated. Puppet Master. Flesh Puppet. I love me a flesh puppet. Do you like flesh puppets? Put them in the toaster, warm them up real nice. Okay, if no one's talked about this yet, I'll be shocked, but rare gloves on martial artists using lightning spear are actually disgusting. Well, I don't think many people are playing lightning spear, so you may be the first. Is that the, like, attacks chain and additional time stuff? Is that what's so disgusting? It's a number of things, but that mod specifically is bonkers. Yeah, I mean, anything that can chain and that you can give free chain to is just bonkers, right? Bong. Well, you know the holoform bells. You can also get super easy frenzy charges between packs. Ah. And power charges, right? With A-list chimes. You wouldn't need the power charges with a spear, but yeah, I mean, if you want to use like charge regulation or something for all the extra crit. Power charges and charge regulation is pretty broken, right? You get like 100%, well, is it 90% crit or something with 3 power charges? Well, it's not per charge actually, is it the bonus? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh. Excuse me, coming through. Sorry, just trying to get to the bar. So I can hit my bong. I should check the price of Garricans. I wouldn't if I were you. They're like 400 divines, mate. I'd be sitting down when you check the price. Yeah. 446 divines at the moment. Hope and I will make me broke. When it's called again. All these rituals are getting spicy. Well, here's Shark Boy. And Bonk Lady. Bonk. Oh, another bonk lady. Hello. Alright, this build's pretty good at Rite of the Nameless. I still feel like the defenses need something else. I'm not really sure if there's an easy way to me to do anything about it. I could probably get another 200 evasion rating on my boots. Oh, I haven't had the heart to redo my level 20 heralds either on my chest. I probably should. I was just so upset when I lost that perfect flux. All right, let me just empty me bags because my pockets are full. I posted my gloves on Build Ideas. Nice. Attacks gain 16% of damage as extra. Let me share with the whole class, shall I? Look at these bad boys. Extra fire, extra cold, all res, shock chance, attacks chain 2 additional times, and cooldown recovery. Good lord. Look at those fucking gloves. Nice, man. I have to say, I'm not sure I like how much trial and error there is with Fists of Stone.
Who sent you? The deal is made. Go then.
Like, part of me wishes it was easier to translate. Like, what's good?
Strong endure.
You know what they say, it's better that way. Oh, normally I feel that way too, but I feel like the effects are so powerful that I don't mind that kind of RNG as much. We've found RNG the protagonist likes. Hallelujah. No more can't go on without you. Dream fragments? Worthless, right? 25x. +4 temp chains. I wish Curse Carver was more valuable. It's such a cool wand. And it gives Decompose. Like, why isn't Curse Carder a better wand? For your baby. The thought had crossed my mind. I feel like I see Loctonial Caress more than any other gloves. No more. We don't want them. We don't want them. No more. There's 2 of them here. Fucking gloves. Can't go on. broken man hurts like a woman can. All right, we get our 4.5 divines from Guiding Palm of the Heart. Okay, is it just me or has my deferral cost gone up? Feels like my deferral cost has gone up. Suspicious. Palm of the Dreamer. No, this is the one that corrupts into Palm of the Dreamer if you're very lucky. What would make it better? Blasphemy of a random curse instead of Decompose. I like Decompose though. I just wish it was more useful, right? A more useful wand. But yeah, maybe both. What about both? What if it gave you Blasphemy of the Curse and Decompose, eh? It probably still wouldn't see play. But yeah, if we corrupt this TJ, we could maybe hit. I mean, I guess I could see it as seeing play as like, because you can dual wield wands, right? Can you dual wield wands? You could like dual wield a good wand and then a curse carver for the blasphemy aura. Thinking not, yeah, I think so too. I don't know whether to corrupt this. It's worth like 4 divines. How lucky am I feeling? All right, we'll just fucking corrupt it then. You've talked me into it, TJ. Here we go. Let's quality it up. You ready? Make a little shrine for it. Man, the art on the Val Orb is so sick, isn't it? I just noticed how detailed it is. There we go. We made a little shrine for it. You're gonna make a Val Orb emote of myself? I don't know if I'm if I have a face for a Val Orb, you know? Let's give it a little hat. Maybe I need some custom emotes though. I feel like my first custom emote should be something to do with books, right? Ultima Blackgate. Are you ready? Here we go then. Boom! Nothing happened? Nothing happened. Alright, there we go. What did I just burn? I just burned 4 divines. Oh well. Next time. We'll get it next time. Alright, I think I have time for one more map. Crit damage and Ellie Pen. Hashtag worth it. Yeah, it's all good. It's not like I'm hurting for divines. 4 divines to me is like 4 chaos orbs. I can't even be bothered to sell most of the uniques that are worth anything in my stash. I've just kept them, just hoarding them like a lunatic. I'm too busy playing the game to want to be selling things. I did put up my Pathfinder gear for sale, but It's a bit niche. And I probably put it up for too much money. Sold a crossbow for 100 divines the other day with chain on it, so things still sell. All right, well, there's hope for mine that I put up for 250 then. Oh. Who's casting owls? I really want to get a pet owl so that I can call it Aldolf Hootler.
Arms for the monastery.
Isn't it incredible that like greater chaos orbs are worth like 100x and greater exalts are worth like 2x? Bong. Get a whole squad. Joseph Goebbels. Oh, amazing. Love it. The beauty of Aldolf Hootler is that you could do both names. That's why I love it so much.
I will slay every last one of you.
I'm sure there's other good ones, but that's the one I've always loved.
That's better. Almost there.
Feels like a bit commitment for the sake of a pun. Well, that's just me through and through. Sometimes I like to crouch down and lean forward, but that's just how I roll. Aldolf could be a PoE boss. He could indeed.
Your numbers do not shake me. Not yet.
You know what I was thinking about doing as well at some point that might be quite cool is like collaborating with like an EDM producer to make like a custom PoE 2 music video. It just feels like there's some really cool set pieces and like fast-paced combat, and you could kind of get your character moving to the rhythm of the drum beat to like some banging EDM music. GGG hasn't fixed. I thought that was your running technique. Oh yeah, very good callback, Yosa. GG hasn't fixed the bug with crossbows and the abyss mod that makes you stop shooting. Almost died just because of it. Yeah, it's very annoying if you're attacking too fast. It does feel like it's gotten a bit better, but I didn't realize it could still completely shut it off. Make sure there's a Soilwork song in there, like an old WoW video. Oh yeah. The tricky part about making a music video with like PoE 2 footage is DRM, right? Get copyright struck. So I'd need to work with someone to make something original. I think there's an EDM producer called Tabletop Tussie, or no, Mr. Lost, who like hangs around in Blazeworks stream. I was thinking about reaching out to him, see if he wanted to do something. Just sometimes when you're like, when I'm mapping, and maybe it's just because I'm playing the game, but it just feels like there's some moments when the right song comes on and you find the right rhythm with the combat, and it just looks really cool with all of the explosions like going off, all of the enemies exploding. Maybe a boss spawns and you have to do some like well-timed dodges in time with the rhythm. Okay, Trothan cannons. Get out of here, Trothan cannon. We don't want your grenade scumbags around here. Oh, let me snooze this ad break because we'll be ending soon. Oh, fuck. Got bonked. Thank you, Ward. Oh, no, never mind. Died anyway. It doesn't wipe the map, right? As long as it's in the ritual. Oh, you motherfucker. Ugh. Fucking map bosses. I'm not annoyed, you're annoyed. I did the boss and it still wiped the map. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That serves me right for not waiting and not doing the tribute. If you're in the arena, it wipes everything. It's a pain. Yeah, yeah. Oh well. No biggie. We still have one left. But it's the end of the stream because it's very warm in my office right now. Hope you all had a good day. Like I said, don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but I'll post in the Discord. I think all of you who are here are probably in the Discord, so I'll let you know tomorrow, but likely it's going to be too hot. And I think even if I could get the aircon making the room somewhat comfortable, it just feels like it's environmentally irresponsible. So we may not be streaming again till Sunday. But I will try and get my how to level your second character quick video out. My pockets are full. I'll try and get the second character leveling video out this week. Maybe an overview of this monk build. It feels like it's ready to share. And then I need to get the website built and the video essay on knowledge management in PoE 2 done. So that's the plan. Get another big video essay out there. Hopefully I can get it done in a couple of weeks. Work's been a bit slow at the moment, so I might have some time. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. As always, I appreciate you. Phantom, Eosa, Protagonist, Lucas, TJ, anyone else who's still hanging around. And I will see you later on. But yeah, I'll be active in the Discord. So if you need anything, reach me there. Bye.